All right, guys, this is the Watch Ultra from Samsung. And by the way, if you have a folding device, go ahead and open it up and enjoy this in full screen. If you have a folding device, you're gonna love the aspect ratio of this video because it's being recorded with the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 6. Now let's jump into this updated video, follow-up video on the Galaxy Watch Ultra. I got this about a week ago, maybe a little bit more, I'm not sure, but this has really been impressive. Initially, I said, hey, this is nothing but a copy of the Apple Watch Ultra. And that's just that first snap. Oh, snap, it looks just like my Ultra with the color of the band. Apple doesn't own the color orange, but when your brain is programmed to see something and you see it constantly on something else consistently, you're going to relate other items to it. But with the action button, I still think that's a copy of the, just certain things. But this not what this video is about. This video is about how great this watch is. So what if they copied Apple in a few things? It was a good thing. So let's just start with the way this watch looks. The design of this watch, I like this band much better than my Apple Watch band. If you remember, I said I wasn't going to compare, but I have to reference it though. Remember the band, and you can change bands out. That's not even an issue. But the band on the Apple Watch that I ordered, I hated it. I thought I was going to like it, and I took it off immediately and went to a regular band. This band, not so much. This has the appeal and same design aspect of that watch band that's on my Apple Watch Ultra that I bought, but it has a traditional clasp on here, and it's just much better. So glad I went with this one, and I just think this is a really good look. The overall design of the band is nice. How you put the bands on is super easy, but the watch itself, just the hardware of the watch itself, I mean, this is a good looking watch. And if I change this band, I didn't get the free band because I didn't do the pre-order. But if I were to change this band, I could go to a darker band, like a darker gray band that was free with it. It would be even more sick than it is right now. But the orange band kind of just gives it the pop that I think that it needs to match all the highlights on the watch. But the hardware itself, this watch is built very nice, very strong. The design of it is really nice. So I decided to give up my Classic 6 for this watch, and I don't have any regrets. I thought I would miss the rotating bezel, but I don't miss the rotating bezel. It's perfectly fine. When you first get something, the initial shock and awe of it, you have some kind of, you're swayed a little bit. But now that I'm using this every day with the Z Fold 6 that I'm recording with in this beautiful aspect ratio for you guys who have folding devices, I've been enjoying it. I've really been liking it a lot, man. This hardware is put together very nicely. Again, I really like the clasp on the band. It just works. This color is a good combination. Now, initially, I was going to go for the white combination. I was ordering through Samsung, but this came up available right away at a local Best Buy, and I still got, my $350 for the other watch or whatever. So, and more coupons and stuff like that. And I ordered through Samsung, but I did a pickup at Best Buy because it was available right away. So I got all my perks of ordering through the Samsung website, all my extra discounts, everything, just minus the free band. Since I chose pickup at the store, I didn't get the extra free dark band, but that's okay. This combination is really nice. This hardware is really nice. The watch is built very strong. I banged up my Classic a lot, and it was a couple of nicks on it, not too much, but I don't know how this one will fare. My Apple Watch Ultra 2, it's been knocked around too. The screen protector came, a whole bunch of things. It just works. There's nothing that I dislike about this hardware now. I like the squircle, if you will, like the square design with the round face sitting on top. Makes the watch a little bigger, and I'm pretty sure that's where they get the capacity to have the bigger battery. That's one of the reasons that I would tell a person, if you just really want one of the new watches and you want the longest battery life, and remember, battery life still depends on the user itself, how many notifications, all these different things. It depends on a lot of things when you have something that's dealing with a battery. No 10 people, 100 people are all going to be the same every time. It's not going to work like that. So the design of this watch is really nice. Now you got the home button up here, and I believe this is the back button right here, and this is the action button. Now, when I exercise, after that video, I told you guys I was going to go do an exercise, and at first I made a mistake. I made a mistake and did not turn off the auto pause. That is super annoying, folks. Make sure you turn off auto pause right there. Because I put on this and the Apple Watch at the same time, and it was a nightmare. I forgot to turn it off, and if my arm stopped moving, it just paused. I was like, oh my gosh, man, this is so frustrating. But eventually I said, you know what? I know I forgot to do something, and that is what it was. So turn off auto pause if you're in one of those workouts where you're doing like different motions with your arms and things like that, and you're really doing a heavy workout. But that action button is cool because I can get right to my workouts, and I can put different workouts in there. I can do whatever I want to do. It's really nice. So nothing wrong with the workout. Some people, I have auto detect on too. The only thing I don't like about the auto detect on some of the watches is you have to be doing the same thing for about 10 minutes, and it'll check your heart rate and make sure you're actually doing it, and then it starts. And it gives you the basically credit for doing that workout initially, but I just decided I'm going to go in and start the workout once I know this is what I'm getting ready to be doing. So the software for the workout is great. Now, what about the software itself? Well, this software is no issues, I'll say. I want to say flawless, but I'm not going to say flawless, but I will say that I've had no issues with this software, and I'm over this. I guess I'm kind of past all the way it looks, I guess. And I'm just going to roll with how I like these bigger icons like this, because I wear glasses and, it could be blurry to me. If I didn't have my glasses on, I think I could probably still see these. I could probably see these icons. They're pretty big. I could probably see them, and I think I would do well with these. But the software, the performance of the software, it's been great. It's not much to a smartwatch because it's a sidekick for your phone or whatever, but it is also, you can rely on it. Now, speaking of phone, I have made several phone calls with this watch, and every time I answer, it's like I'm in a loud area, and I put the watch to my ear. I've yet to be in a situation where it's a quiet room and I get to test out the phone calls. I could do it at any time, but I want to do a real phone call. I don't want to call myself, talk for a minute, because I want to know how the other person feels about how this sounds as far as the microphone goes, and then also what the speaker is like to me. So I have it set to vibrate because the sound on this is hideous. Like you can adjust things, but I don't like the way this sounds when it's on ring, and so I just have it on vibrate. And speaking of vibrate, this is the strongest haptics on a watch I think I've ever felt. These are the strongest haptics on a watch. This thing vibrates and shakes my wrist. I remember in my initial video I said, am I going crazy, or is this haptics on this thing super strong? The vibrate motor in this thing is crazy. So yeah, from great hardware to smooth software to basically I can use this for phone calls, respond to messages. And that's another thing. The keyboard on here, when you're using it for messages, it's pretty big. It's really big, and so I think if you want to get in there and start texting on something, this is a screen that you can get in. The keyboard is really big, and I also have my font turns up really big too, so that helps me out a lot. So I think battery life. Did I discuss battery life? I don't think I discussed battery life. Battery life on this thing, if I were to turn on power saving mode, I probably could get 7 days out of this, probably 7 days straight. I think I probably can, because right now without power saving mode, I'm getting about almost probably right at 4 days. I've charged this twice in the week of having it. So yeah, I think I'm probably getting about 4 days. It's going to turn out to be roughly 4 days of use out of this, which makes it one of the longest smartwatches in this form factor, because I have a Amazfit and they last for at least 10 days. But I think this watch is a win, man. I have a different mindset now that I've been using it, There's no need to really compare it to my Apple Watch 2 Ultra because they are different. I like the design of this better now that I've been using it. The battery life is better. The performance is smooth. It's just a great smartwatch. I think this is the best watch that Samsung offers. Obviously, I mean, because I have the other regular watches too. I didn't trade those in, and I was going to pick up the regular 7. I guess the difference between this and the 7 is if you want this design, this rugged features type deal, and you want a bigger battery, and I guess because I think the screens are the same. I'm not sure, but this design is really nice. It's really eye catching, and it's you won't lose your watch. That's for sure if you have this band on here. But it's comfortable. The fit and finish is really comfortable. The watch itself is easy to wear. I don't find myself getting fatigued on the wrist. Sometimes I switched wrists with some of my other watches. I used to get like some bruising or something on there, and I don't find that to be a problem at all. Heart rate monitor, all the functions and features of the watch work great. So there it is. This is the Samsung Galaxy Watch Ultra. And aside from the price, I think a lot of people are going to be intrigued by this. If you have a trade-in, go ahead and trade something in. Don't keep those older watches. Give them back to the companies. Let them deal with it and get your money back. Get something back for it. But yeah, $650 for this. I don't think it's a bad deal. I don't think it's a bad deal at all. If I had to pay full cost for this, I don't think it's because I paid full cost for my Apple Watch, and I think that's a phenomenal watch. And I paid full cost for a lot of watches. But this watch right here is definitely scaled, is right in the right place. It costs less than the Apple Watch, and it offers some better features than a lot of watches out there. So it's up to you to determine what you think is a good price. I personally, let me clean the screen real quick. I personally don't think that this is a bad price on this watch, but we all have a lane to be in. I think for what they're offering, I would have liked like a metal option band standard, premium metal band standard. On all of them, not just this watch. On a lot of watches, I think they should offer a metal band to kind of match the watch itself. But other than that, folks, this is a great option. I think you guys are going to love this watch if you're in the market for a smartwatch. And I appreciate you joining me in another video. Yep, this watch is nice. I got to admit. Do you have the Ultra? Do you have the 7? What do you rocking? Did you stay with your previous generation? How do you feel about this watch now that if you have it and you've used it for a while, at least a week? Tell me what you think about it. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.